What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is Flatland Relics. My name is Matt. How's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully well. Something a little different today. I'm trying to make a workbench. Benches are very expensive, especially if you want a really heavy duty one. I happen to come across a nice chunk of steel that I feel would make a nice workbench. Good size for me. All that fun stuff. I swear this thing goes up higher if you move a little slower. Almost like if you go too fast, it doesn't work right. The dilemma I'm having is picking that piece of steel up, we can ring to it, and putting it on these sawhorses. Yeah, this is going to be fun. I haven't thought this through at all, and that's probably obvious at this point. Of course, it's too short. Here we go. Questionable rigging is my specialty. This sheet is every part of a 1/4 inch thick. Actually, you know what? I've never measured it. Let's see. Let's see what we got. We're in millimeters. There we go. What's that? 0.28. .25 would be a 1/4, right? So it's actually a hair thicker than a 1/4, which is probably just the rust. Probably measuring the rust. All right. If I get it to a certain point, I can just slide the sawhorses underneath, right? Not too bad. Try and keep that from flipping, maybe. Wait on that side. Well, here's where it's going to get exciting. What I don't want is the sawhorses to kick this way. This isn't the heaviest piece of steel, but it's every part of 80 or 90 pounds, so if it goes, it'll hit you pretty good. There we go. Nice. That's scary. The hook came through. Luckily it caught. This is where I'm probably supposed to say don't try this at home, right? Don't imitate any of this. You could get seriously injured or die. Right? Right. These are my good sawhorses. There we go. All right. Well, cool. Step one is done. All right. Piece number 2. A huge piece of angle. All right. Now this thing laying around in the yard for the past couple years. Finally use it. Probably going to use this. Definitely going to use it to straighten, to straighten this piece of plate. You can see it got a lot of give, and it's bowed like crazy. I showed it in another video. I can show you guys that again. And then, just going to put a couple legs and a couple cross braces and call this thing done. I'm not trying to make a, amazing welding table, 1/1,000,000% level. I just want something that I can work on that's better than 2 old sawhorses with, when I put something across the sawhorses, and I usually just use these, and these things have seen better days. I've been pricing workbenches for a long time, and they're ridiculous. Those little light gauge ones are $400 for all metal. So easy to see the curve of the plate. This plate right here, this one right here, is very, wow, I'm kind of sweaty, huh? That's kind of gross. It's got a nice convex curve to it. So we're going to take that out by welding this nice chunk of angle to it. That's going to become our brace to keep it permanently in a nice level plane. If I can get it. I got to figure out how I'm going to clamp all this up. I haven't thought of this at all. I'm just kind of winging this one tonight, as usual. That's how I like to do it. Look, car's on 4 wheels again. Pretty stoked about all this. Yeah, it rolls. Look at that. I'm going to do something for steering soon. This is getting a little pain in the butt, having to deal with that constantly. Every time I want to move the vehicle, I have to jack it up and move it with the jack. I want to just be able to roll it, even if I just put a tie rod across there and call it good for now. All right. Get this back in the tripod. So I'm going to run a series of clamps on this and see if I can get it straighter than it is now. And if that works, we're good. And trim this down. I mean, once I weld this angle to this piece, I'm already not going to be able to move this thing at all. I got to figure out where I'm going to put it. So I'm going to have a shop cleaning day soon. That shelving unit is staying. That's like my parts and material bench. I keep most of my tools over on this side. Whatever. That's a conversation for another day. Let's get this thing jigged up, and then maybe tomorrow I can weld it. I don't think I'm going to weld it tonight. I'm really tired. So the back of that hole is 5. That gives me a pretty good overhang. I don't want to set the angle back too far, because then say I put something heavy on the bench and the legs are back here and the bench kicks forward. I could have pulled it to the floor, but that's a little overboard. So that's 5. Let's see. This one they should be milled the same. Yeah, we can just use this circle pattern as my reference line. 5. double check them just to be sure. 5 and 5. Cool. One thing I learned, the more stuff I build, double check everything. Because once you think you're right, is when you make a mistake. You're building buildings, or you're building a car or a truck, whatever it is. Once you think it all lines up, you don't check. That's when it's going to bite you. All right. All right. Only got to bring that down 1 5/8 inches. No problem. I haven't cleaned any of this. I'm really not in the mood to wire wheel for 2 hours tonight. I'll scratch up when I need to weld tomorrow. I'll have her filming in the morning. Try and give the neighbors a break. Been building that carport on and off for the past 2 months. I'm sure they love that. Well, I brought it right down. Now, my 6 foot level. Well, you don't say. Tiniest of gaps right there. Stays pretty tight. And then gaps again right there. I think I'm okay with that. Does it work? Can you get a big clamp through the holes? All right, can't get that one through there. There we go. All right. Maybe I get a little welding started tonight. Tack this thing up. Why not, right? There's no better time than now. Look at this bent clamp. Let me show you this. This is pretty good. Sorry, I keep unhooking the camera every 5 minutes here. Like a bozo. Yo. That one works pretty good. Yeah. It's a little bent. Just a little bent. Nope, I guess I am wire wheeling tonight. Yay. Like my favorite flavor. Bear with me, I'm moving something around. No matter how hard you try, you always bump into something. Get a little better angle on this. Whoa, I don't even know what kind of bug that was. I'm not sure if I saw that, but it scared me. I'm feeling I'm going to turn the motor up a little bit. This is going to bring mosquitoes in like crazy. I should probably spray something. All right. Oh, see what we get. I want to tell you this. Every time I put the deep on me, he's my sample bed. And I don't really like it. I bought my brother, changed the settings, I don't remember what they're set. Whatever. They work. That's a little hotter than last time. These are tacks, but they're bigger tacks than anything on like sheet metal. Fresh wire. I think I'm a little too close. I think we've all gone through this 10 or 12 times already. I am not a professional welder. But I am determined, and I think that counts just as much. I really just want to make sure I get enough heat going into the plate. I mean, it looks like it. Nice gob of welding wire in there. So yeah, literally just some nice big tacks. Don't care what they look like. I just want them to lock that plate nice and straight. Excuse me. We'll keep moving on here. Looks like the angle is the same thickness as this plate, and that's kind of cool. Usually when I'm welding scrap shit together, it's all different sizes and it welds weird. This is kind of nice. Nice long tack. Let's burn in. I'm not sure if I'm going to be all the way across. I feel like I might wood stuff. Like, why even worry about it? These tacks will hold. I mean, this is pretty basic, you know, just tack it up. Put a bunch across. I'm going to come across and I will do the same thing along here. That'll be both sides of that angle. I'm not sure if I'm going to have to end up doing stuff across there or not. You know, not sure at all. We'll see. Yeah, that's the start of it. So I'm at 175, 18.3 volts. I feel like I am sparking a ton off my wire, so I could probably turn my wire speed down and slow that down a little bit. But for this, I really don't care. All right. All right, everybody, welcome back. This is still the same episode, but it feels like a different one to me. I took the time to cut some angle pieces down to 37 inches each. I believe they are all decently cut. That one is a hair short. That's okay. We can shim that on the floor. And I'll tell you what, this floor nowhere is at level anyway. So now we have to get these legs on this table. I think I'm going to do like 2 of them and then flip it. Maybe. We'll see. Let's see how this works out. So that sits nicely right there. I mean, that's probably almost square as it is, but we're going to put a clamp on it and then square it up really good. So we want this to be real nice. All right, so let's come back a little bit this way. Give a little extra support with that. So yeah, 94 degrees, might as well have some coffee. Mm-hmm. Gonna adjust the camera real quick. Get us zoomed in on where I'm gonna be welding. All right. There we go. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's right there is really good. So we're going to put a tack or two, 1 or 2 tacks, and then check it. And if we have to smack it around a little bit with the hammer, we will. Still good. Here, maybe easier to see on the camera from this side. So here we have a little bit of play, but it's on this edge, and this edge is probably a hair curved. I trust going towards the inside of the plate across the table more. I feel as if we go towards the edge of something, it can get a little warped, and then that in itself does not help our read for square. Still good. I'm going to put a tack up here where this piece of angle meets this one in the back corner here. You won't be able to see that, but that's okay. Tack it again. I like it. That looks good to me. This is an area where you do want to make sure that you slow down a little bit and make stuff really nice. Make everything square. You don't want, if there's slack in your square like that, then you're no good, obviously. Not saying you're no good, just saying then the piece is not positioned correctly. You want a nice, seamless connection all the way through. All right. I'm going to put a few more tacks on that. And then there's that one in the back that I did right there. Put a few more on it and then see if it moved. I don't want to just jump in and weld this thing and then it moves and the whole thing's welded. Grinding out 10 inches of weld bead is not fun. Still good. Did it a few more times. I like it. Not really too much to check here, but it's pretty good. All right. That side's welded. That side's welded. I'd say that would hold a good amount of weight, and that's all I'm really looking for. I have to rotate the table and get the other legs on. Ooh, that was loud. Can't just weld them on like that. That's no good. But I do not have another piece of angle to do this whole length. I'm going to have to figure out another plan for this. See what I have. Go through the scrap bin, see what I got. All right. I found some square stock. It's like 3.5. A 3.5. Totally unnecessary for what I'm doing. It's huge, but it'll work. I got it clamped down. I'm going to start putting tacks on the same as I did last time. It's the same process as that side. We're just repeating it. The legs will be in a little bit closer, but these are the back legs, so I think we'll be okay. At this point, I don't know what would have to get on this table to flip it. It's already getting pretty heavy. I'm going to need the crane just to take it off. All right. As you can see, everything's jigged up the same. Same process with the legs. Clamp them. Check with the square. Check with the square. And just throw a couple tacks on. And check it again. Throw a couple tacks on and check it again. It's literally the exact process as this. This is just a different shape of steel than angle. Same thing. I'm going to run some more tacks on each side, check it with the square again, and then I'm going to just weld a couple beads, like one this way, one this way. That way it has, you know, perpendicular welds to hold everything nicely. This will get a ring of metal around here. I will be doing that next. So what we got here is a cross brace for the legs. And what I did is I measured from here up to there, from there in the corner, up to there, same number. We're not going to use a level for this at all because we don't know if the table itself is level. So we just use numbers and we know we're dead square to the table then, as long as our numbers are good. So I'm going to tack that up, and then I'm going to put a piece right here and run it back. Another piece right here, run that back, and then another piece across the back two legs. There will be 4 of them total. I kind of don't think I really need to show you every single piece of that getting installed. I think you get the idea. And that should give me some nice bracing. And then from there, I'm going to try and get this thing off the sawhorses, which is going to be a lot of fun. And that's just some added bracing for the legs. Just in case. This is the point where you start to question, am I doing this right? Because there's kind of no coming back from here. It's not that the table's super heavy. It's that it's really oblong, and if it starts to rotate or goes in a certain direction, this can hurt you. Or if it swings and pinches you, who knows? Cool. We're in the air, so that's good. Do need to turn this a little. There we go. All right. It's like the sawhorses got me to exactly where I needed. It's pretty cool. How do I do this? And now I will never be able to get this hook out ever again. Oh, geez. Yeah, that pinched it pretty good. There we go. Not 100% sure I like the way this is going. Not even in the screen still? Yeah, kind of. All right. All right. There we go. Look at that. It doesn't even wobble. That's amazing. I can't believe I cut the feet all at the same length and didn't have to make any adjustments. Cool. Got to finish this up, sand it and everything, get a coat of paint on it. But yeah, I like that. Like I said, we got the holes. You can put clamps in. Little footrest. It's a height that you can't really see this, but it's a height that it's good to work at for me, which is nice. I think it's 37.5 inches off the ground. Yeah, that makes no sense. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Maybe I'll put like an extension piece of the bench out here, or make some kind of like a dolly platform or something. Yeah, we'll see. Well, time will tell. But there it is. There's a big old workbench. I finally made one. I've been collecting pieces for years to build this. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time. Have a good week.